Introduction, Scope and Purpose. This essay explains what the FGM-148 Stinger is and how it fits into American military power, then surveys U.S. nuclear technology and doctrine, and finally ties both topics together: how conventional systems like the Stinger interact with strategic nuclear posture, deterrence, and modern warfare. The goal is informational, to describe capabilities, roles, policy contexts and strategic implications, not to provide instructions for weapon use. What is the FGM-148 Stinger? A short technical and operational summary. The FGM-148 Stinger is a shoulder-fired, infrared and later dual-sensor, man-portable air defense system, MANPADS, developed in the United States in the late Cold War era. It is designed to give infantry and light units a short-range, highly mobile capability to defend against low-flying aircraft and helicopters. Key characteristics include its portability, soldier-carried launch unit, fire-and-forget guidance, infrared seeker homes on an aircraft's heat signature, rapid reaction time, and modest destructive radius appropriate for point defense rather than large area denial. Operationally, the Stinger has been issued to U.S. forces and many allied and partner nations. It proved politically and tactically significant because it allowed small units to threaten tactical aircraft and helicopters in theaters where air superiority was contested or where insurgent forces used low-altitude flight profiles. Over time, the system has seen upgrades to seekers and countermeasure resistance, and it exists in variants used both as standalone missiles and as vehicle-mounted systems. Why the Stinger mattered strategically. At the tactical level, MANPADS like the Stinger alter the calculus of close air support, medevac and helicopter insertions by imposing risk on low-flying aircraft. At the operational strategic level, widespread availability of MANPADS complicates enemy use of air mobility and close air support, thereby leveling some aspects of the battlefield for lighter forces. For states and non-state actors alike, acquiring MANPADS is a force multiplier, relatively inexpensive, portable, and lethal against many high-value aircraft in the wrong environment. Because of their proliferation risk, MANPADS have also become a political issue. Many governments and international organizations, and the U.S. itself, have programs to secure, buy back, or control the spread of these weapons to prevent their misuse in terrorism or to destabilize regions. Export controls and end-use monitoring are part of the policy response. America's military power. Conventional and asymmetric dimensions. U.S. military power is multidimensional. It combines high-end capabilities, nuclear forces, aircraft carriers, advanced fighters, ISR, intelligence, surveillance, reconnaissance, satellites, long-range precision strike with global logistics, alliances and a robust defense industrial base. Conventional advantages include air superiority platforms, precision munitions, integrated air defense suppression, dead, and networked command and control that allow coordinated operations across large distances. Yet American power also recognizes limits. Asymmetric threats, insurgency, terrorism, cyber attacks, cheap but effective weapons like MANPADS and anti-ship missiles can frustrate technically superior forces. This is why the U.S. invests both in high-end systems, stealth, long-range strike, electronic warfare, and in tactical counters, training, counter-MANPADS tactics, improved situational awareness, and diplomatic efforts to control weapons proliferation. U.S. nuclear technology and doctrine. The broad picture. U.S. nuclear technology spans weapons design and warhead modernization, delivery systems, the triad of land-based intercontinental ballistic missiles, ICBMs, submarine-launched ballistic missiles, SLBMs, and strategic bombers. Command and control, nuclear stockpile stewardship, science and engineering to maintain safety and reliability without nuclear explosive testing, and missile defense research. Doctrinally, U.S. nuclear posture since World War II evolved through deterrence by punishment, flexible response, counterforce, counter-value distinctions, mutually assured destruction during the Cold War, and more recently into doctrines emphasizing deterrence across a spectrum of conflict, including tailored options, extended deterrence for allies, and the modernization of delivery systems and warheads. Arms control treaties historically shaped force structure, and their erosion or renegotiation affects current policy debates. Modernization, stewardship, and non-proliferation tensions. The U.S. maintains a long-term program of modernization, replacing aging ICBMs, refurbishing warheads, building new Columbia-class ballistic missile submarines, and upgrading strategic bombers and command systems. At the same time, the U.S. pursues non-proliferation, preventing the spread of nuclear weapons and technology, through diplomacy, sanctions, export controls, and securement of fissile materials worldwide. These two tracks, modernization and non-proliferation, create a complex strategic signal. Allies reassured by U.S. commitment, adversaries deterred, but proliferation pressures persist where states see nuclear weapons as security guarantees. How a conventional system like the Stinger sits beside nuclear forces. Stingers and strategic nuclear weapons occupy very different parts of the force spectrum. The Stinger is a tactical, point defense system, a tool to deny airspace at short ranges and protect ground forces. Nuclear weapons are strategic instruments of deterrence and, in the extreme, warfighting at a scale that renders conventional calculations moot. However, there are several important interactions and policy connections. 1. Layered defense and escalation control. Robust conventional defenses, including point defenses against aircraft and cruise missiles, allow political leaders more flexibility below the nuclear threshold. If conventional capabilities can handle aggression, the need to threaten nuclear escalation decreases, which may reduce nuclear risk. 2. Deterrence psychology and credibility. The credibility of conventional defenses contributes to a comprehensive deterrence posture. Allies gauge whether the U.S. can defend them conventionally before considering reliance on nuclear umbrellas. Conversely, adversaries may seek asymmetric tools, like manpads or anti-ship missiles, to offset U.S. conventional advantages, complicating alliance defense. 3. Proliferation and control regimes. Both manpads and fissile material are proliferation concerns. The U.S. has programs to secure stockpiles, destroy excess weapons, and implement strict export controls. A failure to control proliferation in either domain undermines regional stability and complicates U.S. force posture. 4. Resource allocation and industrial base. Defense budgets balance between conventional procurement fighters, missiles, air defenses, and strategic modernization, submarines, warheads. Decisions about funding reflect threat assessments. For example, heavy investment in high-tech conventional systems can complement nuclear deterrent modernization by ensuring that the U.S. can prosecute conflicts across the spectrum without undue reliance on nuclear options. Ethical and political considerations. Both manpads and nuclear weapons raise ethical questions. Manpads, portability makes them attractive to non-state actors, so policies emphasize secure handling. And end-use verification. Nuclear weapons raise existential moral concerns due to their indiscriminate effects. Thus public debate often centers on the morality of deterrence, the humanitarian consequences of nuclear use, and steps toward arms reduction when feasible. Contemporary challenges and the way forward. Modern conflict environments raise several challenges. The diffusion of advanced technologies, sensors, precision weapons, cyber threats to command and control systems, and the erosion of old arms control frameworks. Effective policy will therefore require integrated approaches. A. Strengthen conventional capabilities including air defenses and counter-manpads tactics. B. Continue nuclear stewardship while engaging in realistic arms control diplomacy. C. Reduce proliferation risk through international cooperation and securement programs. And D. Invest in resilience and allied burden sharing. Conclusion: linking tactical tools and strategic power. The FGM-148 Stinger exemplifies how a relatively small, tactical system can have outsized operational and political effects, changing how air forces operate and raising proliferation concerns. American power rests on a continuum from such tactical systems to the apex of strategic nuclear forces. A coherent national defense policy recognizes this continuum. It sustains advanced conventional capabilities to manage crises below the nuclear threshold, modernizes and secures strategic forces to preserve deterrence, and pursues international cooperation to limit the spread of destabilizing technologies. Balancing these objectives, capability, control, and credibility, is the ongoing challenge of U.S. defense and foreign policy.